This is Blackman 1989, and this is going to be my review for TNA's Bound for Glory, which happened last night, 10-10-10. Now, I had high hopes for this show, and there were times that I felt a little disappointed, but after taking the time to just basically sit back and really suck it in, most of the reason why I was disappointed was because I was really expecting certain things to be a little bit different or tweaked. But now looking at it overall, I think it was a great show, and I think it was a great show, and I can't wait to see the DVD. Now, first off, we had the Motor City Machine Guns versus Generation Me. The crowd looked great, first of all, and the Titantron especially. I had these screens moving around, which really made the entrances look special when it came to the videos. Now, Motor City Machine Guns defeated Generation Me in an amazing match, which was definitely their best match yet. And I think these two teams, everybody knew they were going to deliver, but they had to bring something new to the table to make it interesting. To make it interesting on a different level, considering they've had matches in the past, and they definitely did it here. It was non-stop action, and it wasn't just a spot fest. And the spots themselves were freaking awesome. Like I said, definitely their best tag match. And I wanted the show at one point to start off with the Ink Ink match, but at the same time it should start off with a bang. But I still think it looks kind of silly that the tag title match is first and then we have a regular tag match later. But like I said, great match. And great way to kick off the pay-per-view. Knockouts title next. Tara won the title, which I kind of said in my prediction video. Something with Madison. But I thought she was gonna screw Madison and win it, but she just won it by accident, according to her. So that was that, and I think this is the best knockouts match we've seen in weeks, probably months. It had a lot of good in-ring action, and there were times where I didn't know who was gonna win. You know, it just kept, in my opinion, it kept me into it. And like I said, it was more exciting than recent knockout matches. Next, we had Ink Ink defeat Eric Young and Orlando Jordan. This match was better than their Impact match, and the in-ring quality here was entertaining. It was very good, and Eric Young did his usual comedy bits and kept the crowd entertained and hot and live. So I think it was a good match. I just want them to move on with this. I think they're trying to book Eric Young and Orlando Jordan in the same kind of comedy tag team role as they used to have Goldust and Booker T do segments back in WWE. But like I said, I just hope they move on from this. But in ring, I could care less about the match, but in ring quality was spot on. They didn't really have a problem at all. X Division title, Jay Lethal versus Douglas Williams. There was a moment where Jay Lethal jumped off the ropes and Douglas Williams basically caught him in the air and did a German suplex. That was a fucking mark out moment. And then when Jay Lethal kicked out the Chaos Theory, I think that really made the match, put the staple on the match that this was a good match, because it was exciting. I thought he was actually going to win there. My only thing is that I would have liked if Jay Lethal won with a finisher or elbow drop instead of the roll up. But that's that. But like I said, great X Division match. Monsters Ball, and like I said before, I would have loved to see Amazing Red there. Monsters Ball, Rob Van Dam versus Abyss. All the spots were there. All the action was there. All the weapons were there. The only thing that was missing was blood. But they put a great match without it. It just would have, I think, added more to the, how brutal Monsters Ball is. But besides blood, I would have really liked to see some kind of spot with a ladder and the frog splash, or even some kind of spot around the Titantron. But we didn't get it. But what we did get was freaking awesome, and I can't wait to see what happens now going forward between these two, because that's kind of like the cap off of the storyline. Like I said, it was a great match. They did it, whatever day 10-10-10 didn't come out. They next we had the handicap match. Jeff Jarrett betrayed Joe in this, and I was kind of surprised to see that. I didn't expect that part of it. Of course, I expected something to happen, but I didn't expect that. And Kevin Nash basically I told you so, and they beat Joe after that, and Kevin Nash actually powerbombed Joe, which is nice to see on his way out. If he really is on his way out, that he can still do his finisher on someone like Samoa Joe. Um, but this match was what it was. I was hoping that somebody else came and made it a 3-on-3, but with Jeff Jarrett's heel turn, that didn't happen. So now Team 3D announced that they are retiring as a tag team, but they want one more match against Motor City Machine Guns. These two had a feud back in 2007, I believe, going into 2008 when the whole X Division thing was happening. And I'm not even that interested in a Team 3D Motor City Machine Guns feud or storyline, but if this is their send-off match, why not give it to the Guns? As long as the Guns do go over, then I support this. So, well, I'm not really that interested in it, honestly. Elito Lockdown, EV2 defeated Fortune. I had to actually step out during this match, so I would have to catch up. Um, Another time. Wow, I just noticed that TNA spells Fortune on their website different from how they spell it on the actual show. But either way, but I did see some of this match. I was just very surprised to see EV2 go over, and I found it hilarious that Brian Kendrick was hiding on the stage, and I kind of got scared when he kind of fucked up with the ladder and almost fell. I was just like, what the fuck? So I can't really say my thoughts on that match, except that I was surprised to see EV2 win. And I like how they did the lumberjack type thing outside the ring. And, how, like, everything, like, they just went all over the place. Because sometimes in past lethal lockdowns, it gets too crowded in the ring. So I was a fan of that. And then in the main event, we had Jeff Hardy become the new world heavyweight champion. And they were revealed to be Hulk Hogan, Jeff Hardy, Eric Bischoff, Abyss, and Jeff Jarrett. Now, when this first happened, I had mixed feelings about it, because I was really enjoying the Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, and Anderson match. Like, it just really started to pick up and really started to be good. And then we kind of had it, cut off. I wanted to see them continue to go at it to that last second. But, so at first I was a little disappointed, and I was just like, what the fuck just happened? And I was really confused in the ring when they were staring at each other with the crutches, and then pass them to Jeff, and then, I was still trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But after the event finished and thinking about it for a couple minutes, I don't think almost anybody, expected Jeff Hardy, of all people, to become a member of Day or to even turn heel. A lot of people suspected Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. It's been teased for months, and this goes back all the way to them joining TNA and basically announcing that it's not going to be like it was in the past, that it's going to be different this time. Eric Bischoff's heel turn at Lockdown, it goes back to all of this. And Jeff Jarrett, that was another surprise as well. Which is funny because Jeff Jarrett has had beef with Dixie after that whole Kurt Angle, Karen Angle situation. But at first, like I said, I was disappointed, but that was because I was looking forward to new people debuting and being members of Day. But when you accept that it is people within the company, I don't think they could have put together a more interesting group. We have Hulk Hogan, who obviously is not going to wrestle or nothing, but God knows that he's like a partner of TNA on storyline wise, and Eric Bischoff as well, who is best as a heel. He is meant to be heel. He says he's best as a heel because he's an asshole in real life. So now we have heel Bischoff again, who might have gained every inch of power, or whatever you want to call it, from Dixie Carter when she signed that paper. So now it'll be interesting to see how he books people that he hates and people that he doesn't hate, which I find funny too. Going back to Hulk Hogan wishing Kurt Angle luck and Bischoff wishing Anderson luck, like basically saying that they were in their corners, and now they basically screwed both of them off. That. Now Jeff Jarrett hasn't been heel since 2006. They started to turn him heel, I believe it was early this year, but then they changed their mind. it was kind of a mix up, something that happened, the way he cut his promo or something. But now he is heel, and Jeff Jarrett hasn't been heel since 2006. And Jeff Jarrett is another person who is best as a heel. He just has that heel look, and he carried this company as a heel for the beginning of TNA's history. So, like I said, and Abyss, another person that's great as a heel. So, actual wrestlers, we have Jeff Hardy, Abyss, and Jeff Jarrett. And then we have Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan as sort of managers and owner of the company. So, usually TNA, whenever they start a storyline after Bound for Glory, it usually lasts a year, like Main Event Mafia. It'll be very interesting to see this next year of Bischoff and Control. Who's going to be booked as number one contenders? Who's going to be booked as this or that? As well as how are they going to overcome this? Like, how is Dixie finally going to get her power back? What is going to be Kurt Angle's reaction to this? What kind of groups are now going to form to go against them? Even the Sting Pope group, when you think about them, now they're faces, like they've been saying this whole time. How are they going to get rid of Nash if he truly is on his way out? And is Joe going to join up with them? Also, I forgot to mention that the Jersey Shore character, Robbie E, if that's his name, attacked Jay Lethal, and it was cool because I didn't even know who it was at first. So I support that. Jay Lethal, Robbie E feud. Some people are going to see this as burying Jay Lethal since he had this push. I don't see it as that at all. So like I said, overall I think Bound for Glory was a pretty solid show. There wasn't necessarily anything that was very bad, and my only disappointment at the time watching it was because certain things didn't happen, but after letting it sit in and hit my stomach basically and digesting it, I support it and I can't wait to see what happens next. Now, another note, for people that read the dirt sheets and all that stuff and all these stories, backstage stories, like someone has said in the past, believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Just because the report says that I read a report the other day that they said Dixie Carter was being made look silly on Impact. The creative team is making her look like an idiot because Bischoff overruled what she said and made it a three-way. It's storyline, people. You don't think that Dixie knew that was going to happen going into that storyline? And just certain things like that people are talking about, and then right away reports are coming out that people in TNA are saying this and this and that and this and this, like TNA wrestlers, top stars. How many wrestlers do you think would actually jeopardize their spot to leak certain information like that? I just think, like I said, just because we hear certain things doesn't make it true. So whereas people are saying like, oh, they wanted this to, I read a report that they was like, oh, they wanted this to be kind of like when the NWO formed, but in fact they're making it more like the fall of WCW, all because of one moment that happened. They haven't even gave it the storyline a chance to actually see where it goes, and people are already publishing all sorts of reports and assuming all sorts of things. I'm very excited to see Jeff Hardy heel, and something that he did that was very exciting is that he wasn't laughing it off like everybody else. He was very serious, and it gave kind of like a cold feeling. Like, I did not expect him to win, especially with legal troubles. Well, anyways, I gotta cut this video off. The Jets game is about to start. Mr. Platinum Man 1989. I think Bound for Glory was a great pay-per-view. I don't give out scores and stuff like that, but I think it was a great pay-per-view, and it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to be happening these next few weeks of Impact, as well as these next few months. Especially Fortune and Day and EV2, and there's just so many factions, and this could resolve so much things. So my biggest disappointment of the night, of the show, was not Day. I'm supporting Day, and I'm happy with Day. Was not all these other things. It was probably EV2 beating Fortune. I have no idea what I did that. It takes back everything I said about AJ beating Tommy Dreamer. Anyways, Mr. Plato Man 1989, peace. Facebook me.